Hey, this is Pete Schmidt. Thanks for checking out my channel and this week's blues guitar tutorial. So for this week, I'm going to do a real classic Chicago blues from the early 50s, recorded and performed by Muddy Waters. It's a song called I'm Ready. The original key is in E flat, but I'm going to do this one in the key of E major, just to keep things accessible and relatively simple. I'm going to do it in an edited version in my own way, as always. So remember that you can subscribe to the channel for these weekly blues guitar lessons, and we'll get started right now with the tutorial. Okay, so this is in the key of E major, and I'm starting things off on the 1 with a E dominant 7 chord. The root is at the 7th fret on the A string. I've got an open E there, and I've got an open E on the top. I've got a pickup to start things off. Okay, so I'm playing the chord, going down a half step, and back up again. All right, so that pickup line, so that was 4 bars on the 1, and then I move into the 4. For 2 bars. Okay, so the A dominant 7 or 4 chord is based off of this big bar chord here. I just cut it down a little bit to make it a little more accessible. All right, so I'm doing the same thing with this pickup. Or just a little variation, a very small variation. All right. All right. Back to the 1. The last 4 bars of the 12-bar progression, 1 bar on the 5, 1 bar on the 4, a turnaround line on the 1, and a resolution to the 5. All right, so here it is. Okay, so what I'm doing there on the 5, it's a major chord. It's a rhythm that I picked up from the great Robert Lockwood Jr., who played with so many and recorded with so many on the Chess label back in the 50s. All right, so my thumb is playing the root note and muting the A string. And on the top end, okay, just doing this little pivoting motion. Okay, and here's the 4. So when I add my thumb in, so there's muting with my left hand in that case. All right, then the turnaround line's a little quirky, but I'm playing 2 strings, the G and the B, and I'm muting with my right hand, doing downstrokes. All right, so this is a good one. resolving to my 5, which is a B7 in the first position. So after the turnaround, I go into a stop section, and this is actually double length, so it's 8 bars on the 1. Normally I have 4 bars on the 1, in this case it's double. All right, so I'm going to take it in from the ending of that 12 bar. And then I'm going to go into the 4. Okay, so what I'm doing there is playing this E dominant 7. Okay, so I have this just like the beginning riff. I also have a chromatic. Doing a raised dominant 7 and coming back in. At the very end of that, it's actually kind of like a stop, but I'm just keeping time. Then I'm doing sliding 9th chords. From 1 full tone up and coming down chromatically into the E9. All right. So after the 8 bar stop section, I end things with those sliding 9th chords. As an aside, I'm going to do a tutorial on those. It's a great jazzy blues sound as well, incorporating 6 chords. Got something on that coming up. Anyway, we finished and we landed on the 1, and now we're going to the 4 for the regular 2 bars. Back to the 1. Back to the turnaround. When we want to end, just a suggested ending. Always sounds great. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you enjoyed it and got some ideas on this great song, I'm Ready by Muddy Waters. You can learn a lot from Muddy Waters, of course. He had 2 guitar players, and Muddy himself was playing as well. There was piano, harmonica, basically like an orchestra of the blues, Chicago blues. So check that out. You'll hear a lot of interweaving between the guitarists. And in this case, I've adapted the line. I've made something closer actually to the harmonica than the actual guitar behind the scenes there. But it's something that sounds great in a smaller band context, or just getting a good groove for a jam session. All right, so thanks again, and remember that you can subscribe to the channel for more blues guitar videos, and we'll see you again next week.